Hey, for lifers, super unexpected review today. I totally blanked that I didn't do a review this week, and I can't break my streak. So this is the latest review I've ever done in 2023. But we're gonna keep going. I had to do something simple since I had no time to practice. But here is Studio Series 97 Airazor. This is from the Rise of Beasts, as you can see. She was for a pretty predominant character. And one of the funny things about it is that you never see her robot mode in the entire movie. But we're going to go through that today. She is a retool and an upscale of the Airazor that we've seen before and reviewed before. But is bigger really better? As you can tell by the title, I don't think so. The image itself looks really nice. It is very reminiscent of her. Hey, Princeton, you're always here. I always appreciate you. Of what we saw in the movie. And again, she was very prominent. She was voiced by Michelle Yeoh. And on the back, you can see her Hawk mode and then her robot mode. She comes with two little blasters here. So opening up the packaging. Where is... Oh, there, yeah, there are the instructions. The instructions themselves are pretty basic. There's not a lot to this character that's different. Everything that's really different about this from the previous mold, aside from size, is actually a disappointment. She does come with a couple of missiles, and then she comes packaged in robot mode with her wings folded through. I didn't remember how it came in, so I just went ahead and just jammed it in there. Oh, that's not good. That's not supposed to happen, but we'll just pretend like it didn't. Let's see here. So the only place that these actually plug into besides her fists, which you can make use of them as pistols, are on her forearms. If you remember the previous version, you can actually peg them into her thighs, and then they would be used in alt mode. But you can't do that this time around, which is a disappointment. So to get her into robot mode proper out of box, you're going to rotate her feet around her talons so that you have the two toes for her robot mode. And then officially you want to fold these kind of on back on themselves. So there's a bunch of joints on her wings. So you basically want to have this first joint 90 degrees backwards, the second joint 90 degrees backwards. Then you'll see this one 90 degrees inwards. And then you'll see this tab that goes into the back here. So you got to make sure everything's kind of 90, 90, 90. And then this one will go out this way. And that kind of tabs in. It doesn't tab in super tight, but it does the job. So once again, you do that. And that's how you get her into her robot mode. And it does look quite nice. It is not painted all that much, or maybe aside from maybe some of the silver details. I think that's maybe it. It is in kind of a brownish gold color and then some gold highlights here. But it does look quite like, or at least the coloring does look much like we got in the movie. She has these green details on her wings, on her feathers, just these here. It would have been nice if we got them a little bit more down here as well. But it does look quite nice. It kind of reminds me of the Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. But yeah, so she does have a little maximal symbol on her forearm right here. Hey, McDouche, how's it going? Yeah, we're gotta squeeze one in before Sunday rolls around. And then she does have really nice green eyes, metallic green eyes. So robot mode wise, let's just do a quick comparison with her mold mate. This is the original Beast Wars Airazor that we got previously. And you can tell it is the same mold by and large in terms of transformation, but obviously it's resculpted everywhere. The head sculpt, body sculpt, basically everything is resculpted and upsized to accommodate the better scale with the other movie figures. You can see the wings are all different. Literally, besides the transformation, this figure is completely different. And they're both deluxes, so you might think, well, how come we got the same figure, but it seems like it does less? I mean, I guess that makes sense. They probably wanted to simplify some of the portions to keep costs down, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. But I did really like this mold, so I was hoping this mold would be more of the same, maybe just actually a little bit more, since you wouldn't have to do any additional engineering really. But unfortunately, I think it actually loses out a bit. Yeah, no chatter. I totally forgot. So today I spent all day, and I literally mean all day, um, redoing, cleaning, and moving all my workout equipment from the garage into the basement and rearranging my basement to fit. Oh wow! Somebody donated $5. Who's that? Hey Princeton, you got the card Tacoma exclusive Rise of Beast Optimus Primal. Oh man, I heard it's super good. And a cool red clear Cheetor. Ooh, I need to see that. I forget if you're in the Discord or not, the Paik4Life Discord, but if you do, throw some pictures up there. But yeah, so I totally forgot about Chatter Day. I'm gonna have to do that maybe tomorrow or something like that. I gotta do that. I actually want to do one about conventions. I think it's aptly timed. But anyway, sorry about that. We're getting off track here. So overall, while it is bigger, it is not better in most ways, and you'll see what I talk about when we go through the review. Let's first start off with articulation. Hey, Vlash. It is on a ball joint, but because of the way it's molded, you don't get a lot of the ball joint typical stuff. Like you don't really get the bobble. You barely get any up. You get no down. It almost felt like you only had a hinge here as opposed to this Airazor, which did have a lot more of that bobble going on, which is unfortunate. So I don't know why. Yeah, Jeopardy is returning for sure. I have questions putting together for that, but that definitely is returning. That'll be probably at the end of this month. Articulation-wise, shoulder can go around on this ball peg. It doesn't have a separate shoulder armor pauldron like this one does. Again, probably for simplification and cost purposes, it has a bicep swivel at the elbow, as well as a single jointed elbow bend. It does have that weird wrist for transformation that rotates up like that. But no wrist swivel, no fingers, as you would expect from a deluxe class figure. She does have a little bit of waist. If you unpeg the beak or the head from the chest, you can get a little bit more. No ab crunch coming down here. Forward, back, out to the side, which is nice. Swivel at right above the knee. Deep single jointed knee bend. And then we saw the ball pegged ankle, which is really nice. And then you have the kind of this transformation joint here. But you don't know, you're probably not going to use that. The wings, we already saw that they have 1, 2, 3, 4 points of articulation there, as well as this rotation that popped off this hinge here. Hey Joshna, how's it going? Welcome back. I think this was the first time I saw you was the last one that we did with the Micro Machines one. The stream's ending probably pretty quickly. This is a pretty simple figure, so maybe in like 20 minutes. All right. So yeah, that's it for the articulation. So just some quick comparisons as we showed before. Here she is with her Beast Wars counterpart. I don't know where I put the Rise of Beast Rhinox, and that's the only other Rise of Beast figure I have right now. I guess we'll put it next to Siege Optimus. These are the only random kind of figures I have, since I don't collect a whole lot of mainline. And then my modified Studio Series Hot Rod. So there we go. All right, so let's get into transformation. As I mentioned before, the transformation is going to be pretty much the same as before. There are some simplifications, but the first thing we'll do is just deal with the wings. Let's just straighten it all out. Get it untabbed from here. Get it straightened. That tab kind of resides in this groove area. And then you want to pull up on the tail. Want to pull up on this section. And then you have the entire chest rocks up on these double hinges. So you pull it out and up, and that'll give you enough clearance for the head to rotate in like so. And then make sure it goes all the way up to the top, like so. And then this should peg in right to the back of the neck of the bird mode. The arms, You're going to rotate them in and then use that weird joint that we had before. You want to basically tuck the arms in like so. The fists go into the kind of oblique area. You want to rotate the missiles around at some point. Oh, you can pull the tail down as well. Actually, I forget if we need to do that right now. Let's rotate. Oh, we have to rotate at the waist first. And then we're going to come around like so. And there was previously a tab here. Now there's not a tab. It's just kind of an open space where you kind of do this. And then you get this around like so. I don't know why I rotated at the knee. I didn't need to do that. Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I did need to do that because you need to get this rotated around like this. Bend at that weird joint there. And again, I wish it tabbed in. Now it doesn't tab in anymore, which is kind of weird. And then you can go ahead and tab the tail back in. And that's really it. This is what she looks like. Again, you don't have as much playability. You still have a lot of the movement in the wings here, which is nice. The tail can come up and down. You do have, I guess, more articulation since you can not untab it, but move this around. But that's not really what you're supposed to be using. That's all supposed to be kind of solid here. And you're supposed to kind of use this joint as with the ball joint. But you can. It just looks really weird. Kind of a Gearwalkish kind of mode. The missiles, again, look kind of weird being underneath here. It would have been nice if they had pegs underneath the wings, kind of Seeker style, or on the thighs like the original. She does have a peg here, which I forgot to show off in robot mode, but it's kind of her butthole. But I did use it in the screenshot, but you do it the same way in robot mode. We can probably show it off when we get back. But this is it for her alt mode. Again, it's a little less interesting, and it still does look kind of like a squatting down bird on the bottom half. But again, I wish they had not skimped out on some of these things, like the actual tab here, being able to mount these missiles in other places and so forth. So that's why I'm a little disappointed. Hey, the Titan, how's it going? Oh, Jostin, something happened? You're holding your first ever Transformers figure? Nice. Congrats. My first figure is a Rescue Bots Chase my dad bought me it when I was like 3. Oh, gotcha. You're holding your first ever Transformers figures. That's awesome. Oh, nice. I can't. Yeah, I'm not gonna remember what my first ever Transformers figure was at all. I'm too old. That's like 35 years ago at least. So yeah, I don't have any logical comparisons for this mode. Obviously, we'll do Streak just because we always do Streak. That's just for fun here. Justin's probably not used to that, being a newbie here, but this is Masterpiece Streak. It's really the only figure that I regularly have, and I just compare it to any figure that I reviewed just because I don't usually have figures in alt mode. But overall, I will say the paint does look nice for a deluxe figure. You do have some gold details, and I really like the green. That's the thing that I think pops the most. They did carry that through with the eyes, both in robot and in bird mode. She does have some silver here. So it does look somewhat reminiscent of what we got before, but oh, actually, did I transform this wrong? No, I think this is right. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to put this in here, was I? No, I'm pretty sure I got this right. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it does as good a job as the original mold that we got, but it does a decent job, and it's nice that we actually got it. And I don't remember if this opens. Yeah, it does open. I thought so. For some reason, it didn't look like it at first second. So that is some articulation there. It does have a hinge joint here, hinge joint down here. We talked about these joints, all the wings, and so forth. And that's really it. So let's go ahead and get back into robot mode, and we'll finish off the review. So we'll go ahead and not tab. I mean, look, I don't know why they didn't just make it a tab. They could have easily done that. But anyway, we'll go ahead and straighten out the legs. Rotate at the ankle, rotate at the knee. Same thing at this side. Bring this down, rotate at the knee. Straighten out that weird ankle joint and rotate at the ankle. Untab the tail, which will allow you to rotate at the waist. Then we're going to go ahead and bring up the arms. Get these down, oriented the right way, as well as the missiles. Now we got to come back here and untab this section. This will allow you to scooch out the bot mode head. And again, these sets of double hinges down here need to swivel down to the front first, and then all the way down, so you'll have like a 180 swing. So these two pins will basically swap positions. There is a tab here in the underside of the neck that will have a slot. Tab that in. If you can get it in there. There we go. And then go ahead and close up the backpack and the tail. For the wings, once again, you can really do it however you want, but officially you're supposed to rotate this all the way back on itself. And then go like so. There we go, like that. So all the way back on itself. Making sure that you're using all perpendicular angles at each of the joints to make sure. So 90-degree bend here, 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 here. And then you can do with the wingtips as you'd like. I didn't show that off before, but again, she does have that same butt hole, peg hole that you can use for flight stands. So you can do that, which is nice. I like that they're adding that to most of their figures nowadays. It just gives you a little bit more playability. I do find it interesting that they don't actually sell, figure stands. They're doing a lot more with like blast effects and stuff like that, but I guess not with the mainline stuff as much. But yeah, really quick review. I was actually planning to do the Transmetal 2 Megatron this week, but again, time totally got away from me. I actually still thought it was Friday for some reason, but I'll do that. Saturday, I'll probably make either tomorrow or maybe next Saturday. I'll definitely be off cycle there, and then we will have the return of Paik4Life Jeopardy. I need to get some contestants. That's the biggest thing. I have to round up some contestants so that we can get some contestants on the show. If you're interested in becoming a contestant on the Jeopardy, let me know. It's all like kind of Transformers pop culture questions. Just now, I usually review do Chatterdays the third Saturday. Last week was TFCon, so it didn't really make sense to do it then. But if you are at all interested in being part of the trivia, it's a live trivia that we do, Jeopardy style. So we'll give you the answers. You got to guess the question and so forth. But we've done that last year. If you look in the history, you can actually see what the format is. And we always give a prize out at the end. So it'll be three rounds, which is going to be three contestants. The winner of the three winners of each of those three rounds will go head to head in a season finale, and the winner of that will get to choose a prize. But that's it for today, everyone. Thanks for hanging with me for the very last minute review for this week. I really didn't want to break the streak of 2023. I have done a review or video or live or short at least once for the entire for each week for the entire year of 2023 so far. So we're going to keep going strong. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this figure in the comment section below. And again, if you're interested in being part of Chatterday and being on the Jeopardy or anything like that, please hit the Discord link in the description below, and you can get onto the Discord server and we can arrange for you to join there. That's it for tonight, everyone. Hope you have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.